I like this little lower third thing. Let me set mine up.
Let me set mine up.
Hello, hello, everybody. We are on air. We're live. If you all are with us, go ahead and say something in the comments. You know, I know we have several people who are inside of Empower Network, and some people are not yet in Empower Network, and they're just kind of trying to get in and see what we have going on here. So we are excited to have each and every one of you, whether you are already in or whether you are looking to get in but just need a few more questions answered. So if you have any questions, be sure to comment wherever you found this at. Hopefully you found it on the blog post, because that's where we are monitoring our blog post. So make sure you comment there, and we will definitely answer your question live on air.
Yep.
So
definitely, just everybody that's out there and watching this live stream. This is an outstanding opportunity for you, just like Felicia said, to get those questions that you have answered live. So anything that comes up, you're going to be hearing about some of our stories, hearing about our backgrounds, where we came from, and also hear about some of the wins and the successes that we've been having going along the way, not only on the financial level, but also for many of us in mental capacities and spiritual capacities as well. Being that it is the very beginning of the hangout, we might talk about money throughout the course of this hangout, and just know that there's an income disclosure that if you don't do any work, you aren't going to make any money. This isn't any kind of a Ponzi scheme or anything like that. It's just real people that have learned a skill that is helping them change their lives, literally. And so that we hopefully, by us being on this hangout tonight and you watching it, you're able to get the information that you need to go ahead and make a decision about what you really want out of life. So I just wanted to share that real quick before we even, get going too much, because, it gets a little exciting around here sometimes, especially when we start talking about money.
I know, right? Absolutely, absolutely. So let's go ahead and get this party started. I see Anitris is hanging out with us, so we're glad to have you. I just want to start out by allowing everybody to introduce themselves. I know we have Apple Daniels right here to my left, Evan Anderson also to my left, and then we have Gina Smith to my right, and Tequila Battle to Gina's right. So if you all would, please just go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you got started with Empower Network. All right, and we just got Adrian Hines on the line. So what's up, brother? Go ahead, Apple. We'll get started with you. Uh-oh, you're muted, honey.
Okay, here we go. All right, y'all.
Why y'all mute me out?
Well, hey guys, my name is Apple Daniels. Prior to getting started online, I was, one of those moms who was trying to make it, kind of struggling, really didn't know, what to do. And really, since joining Empower Network and since getting started, I have been able to obtain a lot of success. I've gotten a new car for my family, had a couple 1,500 days, had a $2,000 day, was able to get red lanyard and get on stage with Dave and some of the top leaders, many of whom are right here that you see. So it's just been an amazing ride over the last 13 months. And I mean, I couldn't have landed with a better group of people. I mean, honestly, when you talk about when things all come together and they just work, this is definitely one of those times for me.
Absolutely, yeah. I know. I was celebrating with you when you got that 2,000. Those are the type of things that happen inside of Empower Network. The results are not typical. $2,000, people make that maybe in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe. Mm-hmm. So congratulations, Apple.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I think that's just another thing that's just so awesome about this experience. And being with Empower Network and most importantly being with the Dream Team is that we have a family culture on our team where I mean, I never experienced anything like this in any kind of other, business arena, anything like that. Where you're happy when other people are winning, when they're having their wins and having their big money days. I think I probably get probably just as close as excited as when I'm getting it myself, because it's just like, oh, they getting one, I know mine coming. You just get excited and just get kind of pumped up about it. So I didn't break up the flow, but that was
absolutely. That's just the truth. I mean, you have to be happy for somebody else in order for you to receive your blessing. I mean, if you're sitting there with your arms crossed like, man, when I'm gonna have mine, then you're never gonna have yours. So learn to be happy for others, and yours will come too. So thank you so much for that testimony, Apple. And next on the panel, we'll come back to you, Adrian. We have Evan Anderson.
Okay, yeah, I'm Evan Anderson from Savannah, Georgia. And prior to getting involved with Empower Network, I was the consummate workaholic, man. I worked 2 jobs for a span of over about 7 years, where I was literally probably working about 100 and probably about a easy 100 hours per week between the 2 jobs and the little side hustles where I was trying to make some money. I started to realize that I was just, I was wearing myself out working all of these odd hours, and started looking for a better way to make money. And, it took me to the internet. I seen that everybody has these smartphones now, and the internet is just all over the place. People are always, using the internet for everything. And I was like, well, let me find a way to make money online. Because I can also work from home, and it just frees up more time where you're able to work wherever you are. So it just seemed like a logical choice for me to find something to do online. And so after, dilly-dallying in a bunch of different little penny matrices and all of these other get-rich-quick online, buying up all of the different materials that you could find online, I came across Empower Network. And when I saw the sales video the first time, I was instantly hooked. It was just something about David Woods that just really caught my attention and stood out till I just wanted to know more. And just since being in the Empower Network, man, I've been able to share one of my jobs. I'm close to sharing this other one. It's actually just a decision away, and really just rocking out and just changing the whole course of history, because I after being involved here in the Empower Network for just about 6 months now, my life has been changed to the respect that I realize how abundant this world is, and that anything that I want to achieve out there is possible. So I'm blown away by Empower Network just because of what it's given me on a personal level, as far as being able to live beyond the limits that I used to live with. I had myself inside of a box. And I've been able to break out of that box in so many different ways, and it's largely due to Empower Network and the philosophies that a lot of it works on, not just the financial part, but also the mental growth and the personal development. So that's my testimony for it.
Yeah, and you said something then when you said that it's not just strictly about the financial part. Being in Empower Network, you learn a lot of self-development skills. I know that I have, a lot of things that I didn't think I would be able to do. Now I'm doing it. A lot of fears that I've been able to face those fears. And it's not any magic or anything like that. Empower Network is helping to build up people. It's helping to empower people. And now Evan Anderson has been able to quit one of his jobs and is on the way to quitting his second job. So that's really what it's all about: freedom and building one another up, empowering people. So I think that's pretty awesome. More than just the money, definitely. So Gina, if you would go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. You're on mute. I love it when people are on mute. It's so cute.
Look, I had to mute out because I got the dogs in the background. So hello all, my name is Gina Smith. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and pretty new to Empower Network. This is like 30 days in. But prior to Empower Network, I've been maybe like 6 different multi-level marketing businesses over the last 10 or so years. And I just pretty much got tired of the three-way calls. I got tired of the home parties. I got tired of the 5 to 10% commission. So I said, that's enough for me. When I saw the Empower Network opportunity, I just said, it just makes sense, you know. And I promised myself that this time, because the others, I had minimal success, but I was determined. I made a decision that this is going to work for me. So this is my last stop, and it's going to work. Well, since I've been in Empower Network, I haven't made my first sale yet, but it's coming. I've gotten all in within 30 days, which was my first goal, and I am getting leads on a consistent basis. You know, I feel that I've grown on the spiritual level. I feel that I've grown, you know, just development-wise, and met some really nice people. And that's it. I just look forward to a bright future with Empower Network, and to be able to develop a team, and to have a team of people who are also making, you know, 30,000 or whatever their goals are, their financial goals.
Absolutely, Gina. Well, you are very new to the team, and we're definitely glad to have you. And I think that, you know, it's really, really good that, you know, you're in now and you're all in. And so when you are in and you're all in, there's no turning back. Like you said, this is your last stop, you know, and you have nowhere else to go but up.
Exactly.
Exactly. Just look forward, you know, to your first and second and third $10,000 and $20,000 per month, because it's definitely coming.
Thank you.
Hey, Felicia.
Yeah.
It's one thing, a few things I want to point out that I think can easily be overlooked, but I think it just shows the freedom that we have here with Empower Network. I'm sitting here, by the way, Gina, congratulations to the Baltimore Ravens.
Absolutely, yes.
And so that's what I want to point out. Here we have a pretty young lady by the name of Gina. She's sitting with a Baltimore T-shirt on and a baseball cap that traditionally, listen to what I'm saying, but traditionally in a business would not be acceptable, even for a guy to have on a baseball cap. But yet we have the freedom to whatever the heck. I mean, even Tequila, she's in a T-shirt. Go Falcons, right? But she's in a T-shirt. I'm just messing. But even she's in a T-shirt, but yet we're doing an unconventional way of basically getting the word out about Empower Network, leveraging the internet, leveraging Google Hangout, and we're all in different parts of the country. I mean, Apple's in freaking Sacramento, California. Evan and you guys are in Georgia. You're not in Atlanta. Y'all need to move to Atlanta, but you know we're in Georgia. She's in Baltimore, and Tequila's in Louisiana. And you know this is a freedom, ladies and gentlemen, that we have here with the Empower Network. You know, we do this so that we can hang out with one another, but we also do it so that we can get the word out about Empower Network, show people the freedom that we have, and you're not tied to a suit, you're not tied to a physical location or anything like that. And so I just wanted to point that out. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to mute myself back out.
I agree, Adrian. I mean, just like you said, normally when you tell somebody, hey, we're about to have a live meeting, you're used to seeing people with ties and suits on. We don't do that here. Sorry if that's what you were expecting. All right, and nonetheless, we have Miss Tequila Battle here.
Hello, you guys. Can you hear me good?
Yep, we can hear you.
Well, my name is Tequila Battle. I am from Georgia, but stationed here in Louisiana for the next 3 months, and I am a military spouse. Prior to getting started with Empower Network, I was just a traveling spouse, moving every 3 years, wanting to work, but you know, searching for jobs and then having to change search for another job every 3 years. It wasn't going to happen. So since joining Empower Network, I am a traveling spouse, with a job, and I made more money than I did working at the commissary, because before Empower Network, I was working at the commissary for 40 cents a box. So I have made more money in Empower Network these last 9 months than my whole entire year in the commissary. So to sum Empower Network up, can you see my shirt?
Game changer. I love it.
That's it.
Absolutely. Now I just want to clarify something. You said you now have a job. Let's make that clear. What is your job?
Empower Network.
That's right. So I just want to make sure the people know, because they're probably thinking, oh, these people, you know. But yeah, so her business, her job is now Empower Network. So, you know, if you're out there and you're kind of kicking the tires because you're not happy with your job, you're not making the money that you deserve, then I can assure you that this business is right for you. You know, there's nothing like this freedom and the income that we make here in Empower Network. So look, if you're not in yet, just get in. Click on the link below this video, wherever you saw this at, on anybody's blog post, Facebook page, whatever. Get to that person, get to the bottom of the page, click on the link, and get in now. Don't waste another minute without being in. All right? And I see we have so many more people joining us, and I'm excited to have all of you. We have Lindsay, Sophia, Mark, Daniel, Cheryl, Victoria, Colton, Anitris. We're glad to have all of you hanging out with us. And like I said, get in. If you're not already in, click on the button, get in right now. Right, Adrian?
Yeah, I had to unmute myself. Yeah, absolutely right. Do I get to speak? Hey, Felicia, by the way, I like your sweater that you have on. That looks all warm and comfy.
Actually, it's one of the ugliest ones. I wasn't looking forward to being on the hangout today, but you know.
It is what it is, right?
That's right.
Oh.
Go ahead, Adrian. You got the floor.
All right. I may be a little bit off track, but I just love these hangouts. Well, let me first start off with who I am. My name is Adrian, and I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. And prior to getting involved with Empower Network, I was pretty much like Felicia and Gina, and even Apple, as far as trying the different MLM companies, not having any success whatsoever. I mean, I was so horrible at getting people to the hotel meeting. I was so horrible at doing three-way calls. I was bad. And the most that I ever made in network marketing from an MLM company, not including the fast. Actually, I don't even remember getting a fast start because I really didn't recruit anybody. But the most I ever made was like $35, and I had about 10 people on my team, and those 10 people, it wasn't from me, but it was from somebody. It was from my upline that put the people up under me, right? And so $35, and I'm scratching my head. I'm trying to figure out how in the world am I supposed to make it off of $35 with 10 people in. Well, make a long story short, I came across Empower Network back in October of 2011. So I basically got in right when it got started, and I'm so glad that I did. You know, I had a job at the time, but September of last year, I threw up the deuces, and I was out of the job. I've been working pretty much full-time from home ever since then, been able to enjoy time with my family during the holiday season, because I used to be in retail, and if you know anything about retail, you always have to be there, especially during the holiday season. Those are the blackout dates. You can't miss work whatsoever. And I've been able to be with my family in Augusta, Georgia for Thanksgiving. I've been able to spend time with my family on Christmas Day, not concerned about waking up the next day, having to go to work, or any of that mess. I went to a funeral in North Carolina, and had I had a job, number one, I wouldn't have been able to go because it wasn't a close relative. It was an aunt. But, you know, they have that 3-foot rule that they have to be either your spouse or your mother or your father, right? You know what I'm talking about? With going to a funeral. Well, you know, I was able to go to a funeral without having to check in with a boss. My cousin came in from out of town from New Jersey this past weekend. We spent a lot of time with her, and I basically worked around my schedule. And again, it's all thanks to Empower Network. And so I'm very grateful for what we have here. And here's another beautiful thing about Empower Network. I've been making videos pretty much all day. I checked my email and realized that I got an Inner Circle sale. This was without me having to pick up the phone. Now, I made a sale earlier today, right, when I was asleep. I think I was rolling over, drooling or something, right? But I made a basic membership sale then, and then while I'm making videos, haven't put anything on YouTube just yet, but I made an extra $100 residual income without having to pick up the phone. That's the power that we have here with the Empower Network, because if you look at it, if you're involved in an MLM company, how many people do you have to have in your downline just to make an extra $100 a month residual income? This is a product that we have that everybody wants, that is in high demand, that it pays you one sale $100 every single month. So the question then is, how many of those can you get every single month? So that's all I got to say, Felicia.
Absolutely. Great point, Adrian. Very good point. I remember one time on a hangout a little while back, I was sharing the little story about this guy contacted me. And he was like, hey, Felicia, I want to know, have you changed your mind about getting into this business? What is it, Melaleuca?
I just did a video about Melaleuca, yeah.
Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it. Their commission plan sucks. I don't mean to down anybody's company, but I mean, I will be in that thing forever. Talk about the 3 to 5 year plan. Talk about the 3 to 5 year plan. So look, if you are in a business like Melaleuca, or in one of those MLMs like Adrian was talking about, you already know that the company, is not paying you what you deserve. So look, go ahead and make a decision right now. Do what it takes right now and get in. Make it happen. Make it happen. I mean, anybody, you can take $25. You could probably find $25 outside on the ground somewhere. If you walk up the street about a mile, you can find enough pennies to add up to $25. So stop making excuses and just make it happen. Bottom line, point blank, and the period.
And when you think about, just for a quick second, when you actually think about this, guys, when you're going out and you're looking for these companies or what have you, and this is for the people who aren't already in Empower Network that's just watching, you might have interest in getting started working online or on the internet, or you might have been in a couple of these other companies and you kind of could relate, like what Adrian was saying, not really making any money in these things. We pay out 100% commissions. What you sell, you get all of the money for. You know what I'm saying? All of the money, not just, a 20% or 30%. It's not like some kind of ClickBank deal where a real good product could get you, a 40% or something like that. We're talking about 100% commissions on products that's based at every level that everybody can use. A $25 product is a starting point. It's a front-end product, you guys, and you got to realize that's why we stress the importance of getting all in, to leverage your efforts versus your return on investment. So, right. If you can get paid top dollar for doing something once, why would you accept just $25 for it? And that's just a perspective that you got to look at it at. Why don't get in here? When you get in, get all the way in. Leverage your time and your efforts and your marketing and everything that you're doing so that you can get top dollar. You deserve to get top dollar.
And Evan, you touched on something that's very important. What a lot of people don't realize is that the $25 is the introductory product. The one of the main reasons why Empower Network works so well is because we have different price points that people can feel comfortable getting in at. A lot of times in network marketing, you may have a very basic package, or you just, get the membership where it's like $40 a month or $40, but you can't earn any commissions off of it, right? And then they have these other different products. Well, with Empower Network, who doesn't have if you don't have $25, then something's wrong. You need to go get a job or something, right? That pays high. But then we have the $100 for the inner circle, and we have the Costa Rica and the 15K and the master's course. So we have different products at different levels that anybody can get involved with and make money. Now, I highly recommend that you get all in. Gina, I commend you being in less than 30 days. You got all in. You ain't playing. You are not playing. So
Gina said, I want all my deckies.
Right?
Yeah, well, the thing about passing up a commission, that I would be too hurt. That I couldn't do that. So
Absolutely.
that's
That sounds
trying to
good.
pass up anything that I didn't have to pass up. I couldn't do that.
But you know what, adding on to what Adrian was just saying and what Evan was just saying, I think one of the other great things about Empower Network is that I meet a lot of people sometimes, especially if you're in the small business market, and they may say like, well, I don't really know much about team building, or I've tried the team building thing before and it doesn't really work for me. I think one of the awesome things about Empower Network is that the value that we provide in terms of the training and the marketing, I mean, it's unmatched. Like you can't find anywhere else on the market. And so if you're a small business owner, if you're somebody that says, you know what, I don't really know if I want to do the team thing yet, let me see what this is, you can still become a customer. Like you can still get all the products, get all the marketing training that you need to learn how to run whatever business you're in before you make a decision to join Empower Network as a business owner. And I think that's a great thing, because a lot of companies, you'll find you may try their product and you may like it, but they force you into a distributor situation, and you're like, I don't want to do that. I just want to use the product because I like it. So with us, it's kind of like you can do it either way. You can make a lot of money, or you cannot make a lot of money with us, but still use our product.
Absolutely. Yeah. We had a young lady on the midday motivational call. She was like, she just got in and she was going through a few videos. She hadn't even gone through all the videos yet. And she was like, the training that she got in those few videos has already allowed her to make sales in her primary business. So I'm glad you made that point, Apple. You don't have to be an affiliate of our company in order to still be a customer. You can be a customer and take advantage of the material, which is some awesome material. You will not find this information on the internet anywhere else.
But let me say one more thing. Add on to what Gina said, you'd be a fool not to be an affiliate, though, because once you get that, you just lost the commission sales, you're going to be mad.
Yep.
Especially if it's at the master's course.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's only $19.95 a month to be an affiliate. So,
right.
What's $20?
It's a drop in the
so that you
bucket.
can earn 100% commission, right?
Yeah, to constantly earn 100% commissions, because it ain't just like a one-time deal and that's all you can sell. You can keep selling and selling and selling and selling and selling. You know what I'm saying? For $20 a month, $20 allows you the opportunity to earn what, $46.25. That's what $20 allows you to do.
Yeah. Now we must give this disclaimer. There are no guarantees that you will make any money whatsoever in Power. And I'm gonna tell you guys this true story. And then I want to hear from Art. This guy hit me up via email, and he was like, Adrian, you sent the email out a few weeks ago that I can make an extra $500 a month. Can you guarantee that I will do this? And I was like, look, dude, there are no guarantees whatsoever in this business. I mean, I don't know if you're going to get all in, number one. I don't know if you're going to follow directions, which that's all it really boils down to. If you have all the products, you just got to follow directions. And then I don't know if you're a wussy, right? And so he sends me an email back. He was like, I was very clear. Look, I could tell the tone in his voice, right? He said, I was very clear that, I'm gonna get the products and I'm gonna follow everything that you do. So I need you to guarantee me that in 2 months I can start earning $500 a month. And I was like, look, ain't nobody got time for that. That's all I could. Nobody has time for that, because I'm not going to lie and say you can do it, because I don't know exactly what that person is going to do. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there are no guarantees. However, we do have extraordinary income stories where people do make well more than $500 a month. You got to, in order, if this is all you are doing. So that's my disclaimer for those FTC haters.
Absolutely. Look, FTBS. Get
FTBS. Please believe it.
All right. We need to hear from AJ. He's just sitting over there quietly. hit that mute button in the top right-hand corner.
Wait, hello.
There you go.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all snapping on this hangout. What's up, everybody? For those of y'all who don't know me, my name is Arik Jackson, better known as AJ the Dream Achiever. I live in Atlanta, ATL, and thank you, represent. I'm just saying, and Evan, I'm just saying you should be moving to ATL soon. Okay, so moving on, y'all. I'm hearing so many great things. I don't even know where to begin. But one thing that's just kind of sticking out for me is I just really want to talk to those people who are watching this who have never been a part of network marketing or MLM or affiliate marketing. Like you've never been a part of that. I myself have never been a part of that before. And Empower Network, it was very attractive to me for a whole nother reason. What I do full time. Speaking and writing, I am a teen leadership specialist and speaker. I'm an international speaker and literally 5-time published author. So just to kind of back up to what Felicia was saying earlier about how it can impact your main business. It has definitely been an impact just from the training that I've gotten. If you're somebody who's listening to it and you're in just at $25 FTBS and get Costa Rica, definitely get 15K. I'm on my second module with 15K and it's already well worth the money. And just as a challenge, I wrote like a blog post in 15 minutes about a mastermind group just before this call, just to prove to myself that I could do it and make a difference. Anyway, so I digress. If you're someone who has a business or has something that you want to put out there, you kind of feel Empower Network, but you're kind of like, I'm not sure if this is really what I want to do. I want you to consider that you are connected to something that can blow your business up. Before Empower Network, honestly, I was on the phone calling my prospects, calling people who could possibly hire me to come to their school and dealing with that disappointment and this, that, and the other. But since joining Empower Network, I've had opportunities show up for me. One opportunity recently since Austin, just from the training that I've gotten, I'm in negotiations with doing a conference, speaking at a conference in Hawaii. And that comes directly from the training that I have gotten with Empower Network, like around mindset and around different ways to get yourself out there. I'm also in communication with someone around speaking in the British Virgin Islands as well. So why am I saying all of this? For those of you who are like, well, they've done MLM and they've done network marketing and da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, take a breath, get some water, shut up, move on, and really look at an opportunity for yourself. Like stop. Here's what I want to say. Stop giving yourself permission to punk out on yourself in your life. If this is something that remotely interests you, it is $25. Now, if I want to break that down, that's 3 number 4s at a McDonald's. That's 2 drinks at a bar. That is, that ain't even a night taking your girl or your guy out. I mean, for real, that's like 50. That's taking yourself out, and that's like getting like a small popcorn and a small drink. So why not invest? You're not paying. It doesn't cost you anything when you're investing in your life, when you're investing in something that can literally take you to the next level. So, again, FTBS, and just take the $25 and just get in. If you want to just kind of sit on the sideline, listen. Let go of the blame game. Like if you're ready to step up and hang out with the masters, and I've learned that because I'm just gonna keep it real. Like I'm not like Gina, who came in and within 30 days was like, oh, let me get all in. I was like, oh, let me kind of check this out. Let me see what's going on. And I BS my way through it. I'm just gonna keep it real. But since like really making up my mind, making the decision, like, Arik, you are worth so much more than this. Stop selling yourself out. And since I've made that decision and I've done what it takes to, get the training, working on getting the latest training that has come out, it's like, you know what? Stop playing. So if I could do it, I know you can do it. That's for any author, speaker, trainer, writer, designer, singer, poet. I don't care if you build chairs. Check out Empower Network. And that's all I got to say. So. Peace.
Love it, man. Love it. Love it. I mean, you tore that thing up. Look, if you're not already clicking on the link below this video and getting started, something is wrong with your antennas. No, but seriously though, I mean, you really said some stuff then, because I received an email from a guy last night on my list, and he said, all hype, sweetie, none of it works. And normally, you know, I kind of fly off the handle and get offended, you know, because they're talking about my company. But this time I said, you know what, I'm not going to get offended because this person is hurt. You know, that's what I saw. I said, this person is hurt. He has been through some things, and he has trusted somebody, and the person has betrayed them. Something has happened in the past for him to feel like this is all hype and nothing else works. You know, but I said all that to say that there has to come a time where you forgive and learn to move on. If you never forgive, then you are going to always be in the same place, the same predicament. You know, if the last MLM company didn't work, boo-hoo. I mean, you probably lost, what, 100, 500, even $1,000. It really doesn't matter. Because if I had let that get to me, when I joined this business 7 years ago, I invested $1,000. I didn't make one red penny. I would not have been in this business either if I had let that got to me. If I never forgave that company, or myself, actually, because it wasn't the company, it was me. You know, when it all boils down to it, normally it's the person who didn't work the business, just paid a few dollars and thought, well, I'm just going to make some money real quick. I'm going to flip this money real quick. It doesn't work like that. This is not the dope game. I mean, even in the dope game, you got to put in some time. I mean, come on, let's just keep it real. I mean, anything you do in any business, you got to put in some time. You got to get your name out there. You got to brand yourself.
But you know what? You know what kind of is like the dope game, where those people want to pay $1,000 and $3,500 to get that product because they fiending for it.
That's right.
and you know what? Can I just say something real quick, just to really just drive this home? Like, and everybody, if you can see me, like, take your right hand, hold it up, and close it real tight. Take your left hand, hold it up, and close it real tight. Okay, and put your thumbs inside of it. So in your right hand is your past, and in your left hand is all that unforgiveness you got going on. So if you're someone who's holding on to your past and someone who's holding on to that grudge and that unforgiveness, you're doing a disservice, not to the other people. Listen, you putting yourself through this and holding on to this is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to drop dead. It doesn't work like that. You know, so I want you to take a look at it like this. If somebody came to you with $1 million right now and said, listen, I want you to grab onto this, you can't grab it right now because you're holding on to your past and you're holding on to that unforgiveness. So here's the thing. Everybody just let it go. Everybody let it go. If you want to grab onto an opportunity for your life, listen, I look at it like this. You know, it's you know, some people are like, oh, he's all serious. No, I am serious. It is a matter of life and death. You know, if you're going to sleep every night thinking to yourself, well, I don't know if this is for me. Well, I don't know if this is good enough. Well, I'm going to wait. If you do that for 365 days of the year, I don't care if God himself comes to you and says, you know what, I have this opportunity for you. You're going to be second guessing shoulda, wouldn't, and couldn't, and then you're going to miss out. So I want you to consider, if you are here, there is a reason why you're watching this video right now. If you are here, if you're watching the Google Hangout, there is a reason. Nothing is by coincidence. There's something that you did that attracted this to your life. So you really want to do a checkup from the neck up and ask yourself, you know, am I ready for this? And if I'm ready to stop BSing, let me go ahead and click the link below. So I'm just going to put it that way, okay? So you know what? Here's the thing. It's time out for blaming other people. You know, it's time out. Get your power back. You know, one thing that really attracted me was the name of this company, Empower Network. When I say that Empower empowers you and you get empowered, I mean, there's nothing else. And, you know, I'm not here to convince you. Listen, if you ain't feeling it, click the X in the top right-hand corner. Deuces, okay? We're not here to convince you for your own life. If you can't convince yourself for your own life, it's time for you to move on and stop faking the funk and trying to pretend that you're trying to get something better, because those who want something better do something better.
That's right. That's right. I love to say you can't have anything different if you don't do anything different. So if you want different results, you got to do something different. Bottom line. Appreciate that, AJ, the dream achiever. Y'all heard him.
Y'all know I ain't got no sense.
Brother, on your presentation, you said it was a presentation that you'll be doing, right?
Yeah, in Hawaii, we're looking at October, and I'm like, wait a minute, as long as y'all keep it away from September, because I think I have a conference to go to. You know, let's make sure. But yeah, September, and British Virgin Islands may be November.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. Thank you.
I just think that's real quick. A point you made at the end, AJ, that a lot of people, I think they got to really think about too when we talk about this $25 blogging platform. What you actually getting for $25? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a small business owner, you definitely deserve to have a $25 marketing system that's going to help you drive more traffic to your business, to your primary business. Because it doesn't matter what it is that you're selling or what it is that you're marketing, whether it's online or offline, just the power that the authority that our site has with Empower Network, it's going to get you more traffic. As long as you just blog consistently, like, you know, pretty much like what we tell you to do. So, I mean, that's just another add-on that I think a lot of people take for granted when you say, you know, AJ, you're an author, and these various musicians and poets and different folks like that who are looking to get their message exposed to the masses. Well, this is like maximum exposure. You know what I mean? This is top level exposure, a platform for you to put yourself out there. So anybody that's looking for exposure for themselves, I don't care if you model, if you're a photographer, if you make beats, I don't care. It's still a good marketplace, a good platform to use in order to just draw more attention to yourself and get yourself more exposure in whatever business it is that you want to do.
That's right. That's right. You know, I think a lot of people make the mistake in thinking that they have to be perfect before joining something or before getting started with something. But if you're watching this right now, I want to assure you that you can get started with Empower Network and know nothing. As long as you got a computer with internet access, you can do this. No. See what I mean? That's why you need Empower Network, so you can have freedom. All right. So look, I mean, don't just think that you have to know every single thing about Empower Network before getting in. Don't think that. All right. If you don't know how to blog, we have a blogging platform for you with banners already integrated, the hosting, everything. You have your own website, everything that you need to get started. And just like Evan said, you know, you want to be able to market your business, whatever business you're in, and that's what we're here for. We're here to help you market your business. We have blogging platforms, websites that get you ranked on the first pages of Google. So no more excuses. Make it happen. All right, and now we have Tommy Rodriguez. Yeah. Tommy is a badass individual. So I want you all to meet Tommy. Tommy, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you got on late, but just go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know where you're from and all of that good stuff.
What time did it start? I thought it started at 6:30 Eastern time, no?
No, 6 o'clock.
Oh, I must have misread that. My fault. Give me 1 second. I'm just settling down here. My whole house is occupied. My daughter, wife's just coming home. Anyways, if for those out there who know me, obviously my name is Tom Rodriguez. I don't know if you guys could see me good because of the light. You know, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, 25 years old. I have a 6-month-old daughter, Haley. Eats up a lot of my time, which isn't a bad thing. Luckily, I have this freedom, though, to be able to work whenever I want. So I can tell you guys that a little bit about me. I used to work in the blue-collar industry. I used to work in warehouses. I worked on cars. I've probably had more jobs than birthdays, you know, and simply for the fact that I've gotten laid off, I've quit. I didn't like how my boss was treating me, you know, trying to work me as if I'm getting like $50 an hour, and really I'm getting $7.58, $9 an hour for little weenie paychecks. And, you know, it to me, those at the time felt stable. They always felt like something that would go somewhere I thought maybe I could grow within the company. And but every couple months, 3, 4 months, 5 months, I'd get laid off a bunch with, 100 people, 200 people, 300 people. And, towards my wife's pregnancy, which was actually last year, my daughter was born on July 21st of last year. It's been a blessing, and she's been great. I'm sure half the people at the event, you guys saw her. And before that, my situation was like, how am I, if I can't maintain a job, how am I supposed to provide for my family? That was where my mentality was. And the last 2 jobs that I had before I got started online, there was a lot of times where me personally, I got laid off thinking it was going to be good, and I would let the bosses know, like, look, I really need this. If you need me to do anything to change my habits or to be able to work or perform better, just let me know. Come to me as a man, because I can't afford to get laid off, seeing that my wife is pregnant. And so my last straws were the last 2 jobs I had. I got laid off, a couple times, both times. November to January, and January to like the end of February. And when I got laid off in February, that was it. It was like, it kind of brought tears to my eyes, because of the sense that I knew I was going to have a daughter coming up, and the way they kind of did me was kind of wrong. And knowing that you have someone at home that's pregnant, you obviously want to make sure that you could provide for them. So, I ended up stumbling across something online. If you guys know Instant Rewards, which was a free CBA company, I did that for a little while. I'll be honest, I had to really grind because there was no real training. There was nothing. People told me just go out there, post some ads. Like that's all you have to do, when they're not even doing that themselves. So I heard about the Empower Network back then when I first got started, because people were seeing that I was getting results, that I was grinding. I was still making it happen regardless of the training, regardless of making excuses, even though at times it was very frustrating because, there was no training. I didn't know if I would do it, if it was long term, anything like that. So I heard about the Empower Network, and I didn't have confidence in myself, I'll be honest with you. Like, I was thinking, if I can't get somebody to do a free offer, how am I going to get someone to actually pay for something? Right? And that's kind of what was holding me up from getting started with the Empower Network. But as time went on, I kept seeing more stories. Christina Munez, Tracy Walker. I kept seeing all these success stories. I'm like, wow. These are really inspirational stories. So if you're somebody who is watching this video, understand that, you might have done another business. You might have tried something else and failed. But understand that money is renewable. Time is not. You're here one time and one time only. You only get really one time to do it right. And so I joined Empower Network in July, actually the day before my daughter was born. And, and I've been working the business since then. I've been following the commitments. I've been going to these events, making things happen. And I've never in my entire life felt more secure than I am now, with the kind of income, with the kind of freedom that I've been able to just travel and just come and go whenever I please. And to me, I think a really beneficial thing is to be able to spend time with my family. It's not about money for me. As much as we need it, I prefer to be able to spend time with my family and to be able to do what I want when I want, and not have somebody breathing down my neck telling me what to do for, little paychecks, So, it's been a blessing. And just even meeting half of you guys, I'm sure I've met half of you guys at the events, and it's been, these events, I'm not going to miss one event. While I was at the last event, I bought my tickets right there on the spot, just because of the power and the movement that we have going on here. I haven't been in a lot of different network marketing companies, but even talking to people who have been to events, they'll tell you that these events are, life-changing. They'll change you, and you'll have a breakthrough, and you'll see things more clearly by going to one of these events. And I don't know, it's been a blessing. I know I ramble a lot. It's the ADD. It's a Boston thing. And, it's just been a blessing. I'm really happy to be a part of Empower Network. I'm all in. You got to be all in. You got to get all the products. I'll be honest. At first, just being honest, up front, like when I first heard about Empower, I was like, oh, they're just trying to hustle me to get the other products. They just want to make a commission off of me. You know, that's how I was thinking because my mentality wasn't in the right form. I was still thinking like kind of like a skeptic, but even though I knew making money from home worked, I wasn't really thinking 100% right. And that's when I had to reach out to somebody who's actually my sponsor. He's actually Larry Beecham. You guys might know who he is. I reached out to him before I joined Empower. I reached out to him for some coaching, and he really helped me get my mentality right because I was not thinking like a marketer.
Yeah, I just learned that you were actually on the Dream Team. So
yeah, I'm actually Larry Beecham is signed up under Tracy Walker, and
Nicole.
Huh?
Larry Beecham signed under Nicole.
One of the power women's in Empower. You know.
Larry signed up under me. He's under me.
Tommy, is that a pool table in the background, bro, or is that a green screen?
No, I'm actually downstairs.
Adrian been waiting to say something about that pool table since she started talking.
I have 3 floors at my house, and this is kind of like my P90X workout area, and my just get away, and that is a pool table right here. So if you guys want to come to Boston, shoot some pool, I'm sure you're not going to come all the way out here to play pool. But
I'm down for that. I love playing pool, man.
I think we're
coming to Boston after Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too.
And you know what's going to be? It's going to be nice because I flew to San Diego. Man, long flight. That was like 7-8 hours. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but Austin event wasn't that bad flying wise. But I can't wait for them to come out to Boston. That's gonna, it's right in my alley. Right, I could throw a rock to the event from where I'm at. So, it's going to be a good time. And, I mean, if you are watching this video, there's no need to be a skeptic. There's no need to be worried about spending a couple monies. I get emails back from my list all the time. Like someone emailed me back recently, I'm not interested. And I'm thinking, like, why did you opt in then? Why are you looking online for something? You know that this page is not directly for a 9-to-5. You opted in for a reason. Something brought you to my page. Something told you that you want to make money from home, but yet you pass over every opportunity repeatedly. When is it going to become to a point where you decide and put your foot down and say, this is what I want to do, not checking out 20 opportunities in a day? And I see that a lot, that people are checking out opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and I'm like, just make a decision. Just, make a decision, get in, buy the products, don't dip your foot in the water because you're just telling your mentality that you know that it's not going to work, and if it doesn't work, you only wasted $25. Buy the products, take a chance, gamble a little bit because everything in life's a gamble. Everything. So you might as well invest it into yourself and get the education that you need. Get on these calls. Get to Austin. Not Austin, excuse me. Get to Chicago. I just woke up from an hour nap with my daughter, too, right before I got on the call. And so this company's been a blessing. I mean, you're watching it, just get in. If you're watching this, click the links below wherever you're finding this video. Stop being a weenie. Just get in. It's not gonna hurt you. You're not gonna break the bank.
Absolutely. And Mark Whitten said, income disclaimer: in my first 60 days, 2,000 grand made by simply following directions like Adrian has instructed here. Also, team has made $500 and $1,000 extra in this past 2 weeks. So just because we are making this money doesn't mean that you will. You actually have to get in and put in a little work. Right, guys?
Yeah.
You still got to work your ass off.
Yeah, you got to do something. Come on now. Now, yay, look at Dream Team. Say something, Tracy, so it can get big.
Oh, hey, y'all. Y'all doing good without me. I was just listening. Trying to put my little pictures I had got done in the frame, a little collage I made.
Oh, that's so pretty. Look at us. Our little red and black on. Nice.
So I'm going to put it up here on the top. Right here.
Hey, I want to hear Sean because he has such a compelling story, especially with his wife.
Oh, yeah. We definitely got to hear Sean's story.
Y'all want to hear me?
Yeah, you, sir.
Okay. Well, actually, I got another compelling story. I wish my mom was here to hear this. And no, I'm not going to cry, but I wish my mom was here to hear this. But I just found out today I'm going to be a dad. So, hey, everything's good to go.
Oh!
Congratulations, Sean.
I think that happened when she saw me go on stage. And
We got the money to take care of the baby.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be long. Like I always tell people, I'm not a public speaker or anything, but you know, I did a couple of things online, a couple of businesses, and my story go all the way back to like 2004 when I first started doing a business. And you know, coming from the federal government, you know, everybody always say, "Oh man, you got that good government job." But right now, you know, people are kind of shaky because now they're talking about furlough with the federal government. They're talking about cutting, you know, taking a day a week from your paycheck. So that's like what? That's like you losing 20% of your income. The federal government, where everybody thinks everything is hunky-dory and peaches and cream. It's not true. So, you know, working for the federal government as a police officer, I thought I was okay. I thought I had a little bit of money in my pocket, good job, good insurance and everything. But I wasn't having that time, that quality time with my family, you know, working 12-hour shifts. You know, I always got to take leave when it's time for holidays, and that kind of bothered me. So when a friend of mine who actually sold me my first house, him and his wife, came to me about an opportunity, I was open, I was green. I was like, hey, okay, if I can make money with it, I'll try it. So showed me the opportunity, and that opportunity was $500. I didn't blink. I didn't do anything. I just looked at my wife like this. I was like, hey, I got the money. You know, she wasn't interested, but I just went on and got in anyway. And I made my first sale with that company probably within 10 days, but that sale was like $2 and some cent that I made within my first 10 days. And I was still excited because, you know, getting into a business, you just excited just to get a result. So when I made like $2 and some cent, I was like, oh man, this work. I'm gonna be rich. I know I can do a lot with this. So I started hitting it hard. I started doing the meetings, started doing the three-way calls, started doing all the mundane, crazy things that, you know, a lot of people are pretty much being taught now to get into business. And had a little bit of success, a very little bit of success. Probably made about between 2004 and up until about 2008. I probably made a total of hitting it hard, even picking up a phone book. Same thing, I think, Aaron Rashik said it. I picked up the phone book because I was listening to Mark Yarnell. I picked up the phone book, just turned the page and started calling people and was getting hung up on. So all that time, all that frustration and pain, I made a total probably less than $6,000. So from 2004 to 2008, I made a total of less than $6,000. That's crazy. So let's fast forward a little bit. You know, coming into 2011. You know, just happened to be on Skype one day, and Tracy Walker hit me up. I was like, okay, Tracy. You know, I seen her and doing some other things. I respect her. I always wanted to work with her, but she was just doing some things that I wasn't interested in. So I said, okay, that's great. But I follow her and, you know, pretty much get the value and information she shares. So when she shared with me Empower Network, I was like, here you go another one of these things. But then I had to step back and I'm like, Tracy just don't do anything. She's a people person. You know, when she does something, she's very committed. So if she's doing this, let me take a look at it. So I took a look at it. I was like done when I first saw it. But keep in mind, we didn't have a website like we have now. We didn't have half of the technology and the things we had now. She actually had to email me the application. I had to print it, sign it off. I think I scanned it and then emailed it back to her. And that was my birth into Empower Network. And then over the course, I started using my influence to people that I knew that was pretty much looking to make money from home. I started using that to pretty much kind of get people on my team and show them the vision. But then a tragedy happened. My mom passed unexpectedly, and that just kind of took me for a whirlwind. And during that same time, hey, we open here, so you know we had a couple of problems, and I lost income, and I just was frustrated. I wanted to give up, and I just, you know, I was mentally frustrated. I was financially frustrated, and just a lot of things were going on with me in my life, and my head just wasn't there yet. So I text Tracy one day. Keep in mind, I still was a federal police officer this time. I text Tracy one day and was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to quit. I don't want to do this no more. And she didn't call me. And you know, in previous business, if you're looking at this video, guys, and everybody on the panel, you know, in previous business, when you tell people you're going to quit, they're like, oh, man, why, you know, they chase you, and why are you going to quit? No, because they thinking about that sales. But she just let me think about what was going on in my life and made me make the decision. So she just said, why? And I thought about that. I was like, yeah, why, Sean? Why are you quitting? Yep, there you go. Why? And I was like, why am I quitting? And after I thought about it and dwelled on it, I was like, my mom is not here, but she would want me to proceed. She would want me to go out and be successful in whatever I'm doing. So I made a decision to just keep moving forward. And because of that decision, if you're looking at the panel, now AJ is on my team. Because see, if I would have quit, Laura Robinson, who I sponsored, would have quit. Quinn would have never got sponsored. And AJ, who got sponsored by Quinn, would have never got sponsored. So it's like a ripple effect that, what you do today affects tomorrow. But because I made that decision, I moved forward. Laura is here, Quinn is here, AJ is here. We have other people on the team that they sponsor. I was moving forward with that. I made my first $1,700 online. Never made $1,700 before online. So when I was at work riding around the police car looking at my iPhone, the same phone here, and I heard a chirp, and I checked my email. I was like, wow, people actually spend thousands of dollars online. And right then and there, I was done. Stick a fork in me, period. Like my friend Cedric say, period, ... blank, whatever. I was done. So I started, I went to the Atlanta event, had an awesome time, and our team was growing, but everybody was able to fit in Tracy's house. Went to San Diego. They couldn't fit in Tracy's house. We just got back from Austin, Texas. No way we could have fit in the house. I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, the exponential growth of the team, the different leaders you see pop up, everybody on the panel, everybody got a different story. It's just amazing. And what I experienced in Austin was just totally different. Outside of my wife now believing in me, seeing the vision of Empower Network, like Tracy said on a previous call, I was doing some slick stuff behind her back. She didn't know what I was doing. She saw Empower Network, but she just knew I went to Atlanta. She just knew. She was mad when I went to San Diego. I had to fight to do that. And she just knew I was doing something in business, but she had no clue what it was. And, just to see me get called on the stage to be in the top, I think, 1% or 200 in the company, and I made a little under $20,000, not hitting the phones, not going to hotel meet. And I'm not saying that stuff don't work, but what we got here is a system that works. And if you plug in, if you're just looking at this video, if you have a vision, you have a dream, you want to be able to do some things with your family like I wanted to do, you would just click the link below and get in. Because here with the Dream Team, I can't speak on any other team because I'm not in any other team, but here in the Dream Team, we got a culture, we got a community, we share, vision, we share personal development, and without any of them things, the money pretty much ain't gonna come. I started with a mentor long ago who taught on the same exact thing, and the community we had there was just amazing. I see the same thing here. It's just crazy of what we got here. And now being a father, I really got to, now being a prospective father, I got to get to work. I got to kick ass. My wife just told me, she said, hey, look, I'm pregnant. You about to be a father. I want to see you on stage with a big check, because that's just a vision she see for us and our family, and I want to be able to have that legacy for whether I have a son or a daughter. It's too early for me to know yet, but I'm just so excited right now, and I want to give thanks to a couple of people who always kick me in my butt, and I don't always mention that name. Really, maybe 3. Felicia Starks, who's on my home team, she's been following me since probably 2008. I want to give her a shout out. I want to give another shout out to Shalonda Gordon, who like she always says she cheated on me as an accountability partner. But she's real cool. When I first met her, I thought she was stuck up, but an amazing woman. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to my ace boon coon, Laura Robinson, because we've been around the ringer. Laura can tell you we did a lot of things. We followed a lot of leaders, and those leaders didn't have the best interest in us. It was all about what they was making. And sitting here with Empower Network and sitting here with Tracy, Nicole, Adrian, Apple, Evan, AJ, everybody on the panel, Felicia. Some of y'all, I don't even know your names, but I see your faces. But it's just amazing what we have here. And, if you're looking at me and you see the passion in my voice, you see the excitement, you see the realism, we don't need your money. It's $25. If you don't want to join, that's great. We don't need your money. But at the end of the day, where you want to be at 5 years from now, I know you hear that before, but where you want to be 5 years from now, and things happen, we understand, but guys, $25. And if you just lock arms with us, like Dave said, fight the forces of evil, make a decision. Circumcise your weenie and start being a wussy like Justin Verringer said on stage. You know, just to be able to get on stage and speak your mind because you make it $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. I mean, let me tell you one thing. My wife has an MBA. She got $73,000 in loans. To see David Wood walk in the room in the Hilton Hotel with shorts and a tank top, no shoes, that lit a fire. That pissed her off because somebody lied to her. And this guy's making, what, 6 figures a month? And you can do the same thing. So I want to keep this short. I don't want to take up somebody else's time. But if you're looking at this video and you just see all the people on the panel, everybody's different. Everybody got a different story. Everybody come from a different background. You know, maybe you connect with somebody here. But if you're looking at it on my blog, their blog, whoever blog you're on, or whoever website they're on, get started today. Don't wait and think about it. You don't need to see another video. If you on somebody's list, you probably seen the video 50 times. You don't need to see another video. You just need to go ahead and get in today. Lock arms with us, and let's just take it to the top. And one more thing, because y'all got me on the road now. I don't usually talk, but y'all got me on the road now. One more thing. You know, I've been in a couple of things, and, you know, a lot of times people look at stuff and say, well, I need more information, or how fast can I make money, or what I could do. Can I make $3,000 a month with $25? Yeah, you can do it. Actually, you can do it, but it will take you a hell of a long time to do it. So, you know, this is what I'm saying now is for people who may already seen the video, who may already be in, and they just got questions and trying to figure out, can they really do it with $25? If you want to get where Tracy at, you know, making $62,000, $73,000, something like that last month, you got to make a commitment, and you just got to say, hey, what the hell? You just got to get all in, because if you don't do it today, when you going to do it? Because next week it's going to be another deal, 100% commission deal maybe, and they may fold. Then there's going to be another deal, maybe another weight loss company. Every day something is coming out. But if you lock arms with us here, everybody here you see on this panel, they committed. They committed. I mean, they are committed. And if you lock arms with us, we're going to be committed with you. So, hey, guys, click the link below. I'm going to get off here now because I'm about to go on a tangent. But click the link below, get all in, and I welcome you to the Dream Team. Hey, guys, I'm finished. Thanks.
Man, that was awesome.
Sean, I'm happy you about to have a junior super doer, bro. I'm happy for you, man.
Congratulations.
Super doer junior.
And you gonna stop coercing my accountability partner to cheat on me too.
Hey, I ain't doing no cheating. That's funny.
Yeah, man. And for those of you, I see a lot of people are just joining. You know, when I told them that we had the badass Miss Tracy Walker herself on the line, you know, these people are just blowing up and just joining us on this hangout right now. So we definitely appreciate you for jumping on with us, Tracy. And you know, we have to hear something from you. And for those of you, I know everybody know Tracy. And if you haven't yet seen her Maserati, go to YouTube, check her out. I mean, that thing is hot. I actually had the chance to ride in it. So, whew. You can't get in there doing any crazy stuff. You just got to sit down and relax and just ride. It's such a wonderful ride.
Hey, how's that leather, Felicia?
Huh?
How's that leather on your butt?
Oh, man, that leather. I mean, it just grabs your butt like a glove, you know.
I told y'all that leather feels so differently on your butt than any other leather in the car. I'm just saying, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you just tuned in, we're talking about a Maserati, y'all. Okay, so
clarify that.
Okay. So, Tracy, you know, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like I said, you know, everybody know you anyway. So, just spill the beans and let these people know why they need to get in and stop being a wussy.
Well, you know, I got the text message. I think all of us are on the text message list with Empower. And so I did see where David encouraged people to get together and do the Hangouts. So I was thinking, well, dang, I have to run a couple errands and I have to be back because Sean and I were actually going to do an interview, a Hangout interview. And I got caught up in some stuff and was still out driving around picking up kids from the store and this and that, going to get hangers from Target. I had to get a frame for my pictures and all this stuff. And I told Sean, I said, okay, can you give me the 6:30? And he said, okay, that's fine. So then I didn't even get in the house until about maybe 6:45. And he said, well, don't worry about it. I know you're busy, but you can join us on the Hangout. So I'm thinking, what Hangout is he talking about? Then he said, tell me where to find the link. So I went, I got the link, and I saw that Felicia had literally followed directions, to the T. I don't know if it was just you, Felicia. I just saw it was your post, essentially. And Evan, okay, got it. Evan and Felicia, you guys, whoever coordinated it, I just saw that Felicia was the one that posted it. And I said, oh, my God. I said, how wonderful it is to have a group of people, a group of business partners that want this just as bad as you do, where everything doesn't depend on you being at the exact place at the exact time, where everybody's waiting on you before they get started. And I was just floored to be able to be invited to a Hangout that's already in progress with people who are already leaders, speaking with a group of people that are looking at Empower Network or who may already be in Empower Network, but maybe they just have not purchased up to the 15K yet, or whatever it is. Maybe they're still kind of hanging out at the $25 level or the inner circle, the $100 level. And I will tell you that there has never been a business, a community like this where I've been able to trust. Nicole talked about it today on our midday call, being able to trust your business partners and trust your teammates and know that things are going to be okay. It's tough at times because we get so used to, in our world, saying, don't worry about it, I'll do it myself. It'll be better, I'll just do it. Don't worry about it. And that was, my downfall. I would say that a lot. And this is just a treat, actually, for me to be able to just be a guest and be able to see things moving without me having to have my fingers all in it, which is me letting go of my control issues, because I am a control freak. Maybe some of you know that, some of you don't know that, which is good. If you don't know that, that means that, I'm developing, I'm growing, and it hasn't dominated your world yet. So, if you are here and you are not an Empower, the very first thing that you need to do is get back with the person that invited you here. Go back to their email, or go back to their Facebook page, or wherever you saw the link to join us, and you need to get started at the $25 level. That is the entry level. If you want to look at it from a corporate perspective, that's the entry level position, right? And we all know that entry level positions don't pay like executive positions, right? They don't. And in a job, they just don't do it. And you have to work your way up. And most people understand that in a job, that they have to work their way up. But in business, for some reason, people expect to be at the entry level position, but make CEO and president income. And I just don't understand where the disconnect is. I just don't even know. I can't even fathom how that even makes sense. So if you're in at the entry level already, and you are ready for executive level income, you've got to understand the formula. And a formula is a formula because it works, right? The formula, E equals MC squared, it's a formula. Anything outside of those numbers and those letters in that exact order would not be the exact formula. Our formula here, in order to start earning $30,000 a month and $40,000 a month and so on and so forth, the number one thing is you got to get all in. You just do. There's no top earner in Empower Network that is earning anything that's been on that stage in terms of having these checks, and that's not all in. It's just the way it is. So that's number one. Just get all in. Number two is you've got to follow the 8 core commitments, and you've got to stick to them as if there was nothing else to stick to. I had a guy, actually he's on Nicole's team, and he sent her an email, and he CC'd me in the email because he said I was his Powerline sponsor for Inner Circle. So I guess his Inner Circle passed up to me. And his message literally was, he started the whole message off. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up. He started the whole message off with, oh, my phone is up. Oh, wait, no, it's okay. With, what am I doing wrong? I think that was the initial sentence in his email. And for me, I was turned off immediately. immediately, I didn't even want to read the rest of the email, but his name didn't ring a bell to me. So I kept reading, I scanned through, and then I saw that in his PS where he said that he CC'd me because I was his Inner Circle Powerline sponsor. And he told us, let me pull it up because I got it going now. And I'm going to share it with you guys because it's important that you understand that these 8 core commitments, you know, it is what it is. So here is the title of the message. The title of the message is, what is the next step? And I hope it's nobody that's on here. Well, I'm not going to say the name anyway, but if it's you, you know who it is. And yes, I'm calling it out because this is a perfect example of what I'm saying we need to correct. And once we correct these things, we'll be okay. So it goes, Nicole, what is the next step? What am I doing wrong? Okay, so Empower Network is a great money-making adventure. I see where all these people are making tens of thousands of dollars each month. So what am I doing wrong? Now, the what in that sentence, he has in all caps, okay? So he thinks that it's something he's doing, right? There's an activity, there's a task, there's a something, as opposed to that it's him. That's not right, right? It can't be me. It's got to be something out there that isn't correct. So he goes, I set up Autoblog and now have over 2,000 blogs. I use a resource box with each one that points to a lead page and links to other blogs I have posted. I use Pingler and Pingomatic to pin until I reach their max pins every day. I set up blog posts using Unique Article Wizard and use resource boxes with links to my article and a lead page. Now, for what I am not doing, I am not getting any leads, not one lead, no signups. I work hard every day and no results. Okay, so you can see I am not all in. This is his email. And then he goes, well, what is all in? Is it buying all the products? Well, my bank account is $127 overdrawn as I write this. I am as all in as I can be given my financial state. That is all in and then some. If things do not change in the next few weeks, I will have to quit. I am no quitter, but I can't keep putting money out without something coming back. I hope you can understand my situation. I hope you are having a great day. I hate to throw all this on you, but I am so frustrated. And then his name, and he goes, P.S. I'm also sending this to Tracy because she's my upline for the Inner Circle. And I literally, this is the first email I read for the day, and I literally had to stop and go meditate right after that. Because that's why I don't really read emails in the morning time, because he drained every inch of air out of my balloon before I even got started. An email full of complaints, an email full of all the things that he's doing. He's 2,000 blogs? Who said write 100 blogs a day? That's not the message of Empower Network. The Empower Network says blog daily. Now, blogging daily doesn't necessarily mean 100 blogs a day, because there are people that can write one blog and be way more effective than the person with 2,000 blogs. So it's not the quantity of how much blogging you do. It's not about how hard you work. Clearly you can see that I don't work very hard. I just work very smart. What I'm doing is not hard. A brain surgeon has a more difficult job than what we have at Empower Network. A lawyer has a more difficult job. Some of the people that work at the unemployment office have more difficult jobs than we do at Empower Network. There are people that do things that are way more difficult than what we do. It's what we do here is not hard. So he doesn't realize yet how he's really answered his own question, right? And he wants to know, what is he doing wrong? Well, what you're doing wrong is that you're not following the steps, because you've revealed to us that you're not all in. And I've shared with you that step 1 is getting all in, right? So if you have not done that, then you are in, and let me go back. Even if you're not all in day 1, right? Even if you're not all in day 1, but you're following the things that we have in the 8 core commitments, that will get you so far. Okay, you will get to a certain point, then you will realize that there is a brick wall. There is something in your face just like this, and you can't get past that. So then you have to go over that hump, and that would be upgrading to the next level. Why? Because there's additional training in there that you need to go past where you currently are right now. And so if you're not using the materials that we have, well, then I don't care if you write 2,000 blogs a day. I didn't instruct you to do that. I don't care if you write 1,000,000 blogs in an hour. I don't care if you have all the resource boxes pointing back to whatever. The problem is that whatever it is that you're saying in those blogs clearly isn't compelling enough. It's not speaking to the mind and heart and soul of your target market. For all I know, you have not followed any of the instruction I've given in reference to finding your target market, or coming up with a message, or finding out what's the best medium for you to market to that target market. There's so much that we do here on our team that it's very obvious to me that when someone sends an email like this, they're stuck in their own world, they're doing it their own way, and they refuse to actually tap in to the wealth of information that we have. And so I share that with you guys because, you know, there are some people that just don't get it yet. And that's because we come from an environment where our training, when we go to school, we've been taught to train for 4 years first, then go apply in a job. That's just how college is. I mean, that's how high school is too, right? I mean, you go to school for however many hours a day, and then once you graduate, you have the credential, the piece of paper that is supposed to allow you to go and actually perform. This is not that. This isn't train until you're blue in the face and then go perform. The goal here is to do a little bit, or to read and train a little bit, and to go implement and perform that little bit. It's to go back and tweak what you just did. It's to perfect and be more effective with what you just did. It's to master that which you just did. And then it's time to go back and bite off more and come back and add more to what you're doing. And it's called building. It's called building something. We are building an empire here. And when you're building an empire, it's one stone at a time. And it's one brick at a time. It's, you know, one piece of drywall, if you're building a house, goes up at a time. You can't put the roof on before you frame the house. Doesn't make any sense. You can't put the foundation in the ground and then say, well, I'm tired of building this house. I'm just going to put the roof on now. If you put the roof on and there's no frame set up, there's no wood, there's no structure of a house, then for you to go and buy all the roofing materials and put it on, it would just fall to the ground. It'll be a complete waste of your time, your effort, your energy, and your money. Same thing here. So step number one is get started, and get started today with at least a $25 level. That gets your foot in the door. You are entry level. You are learning the basics of blogging, and that's fine. But if you are the person that's looking to make, 5 figures monthly, even up into the 6 figures monthly for some of you guys that have huge visions like I do, well, you got to play the game by the rules. And you wouldn't be able to play in a basketball game if you didn't play by the rules. If you kept getting fouled, you'll get fouled out at some point. You just can't play to your own tune all the time without, hitting a glitch, coming across a glitch. So get all in is really what we're saying. And if you're not all in, then get all in anyway, because that's not an excuse not to be all in. It's just an excuse you've given yourself that you are validating. Get all in, because that is the formula for getting the results that you want. And then the expectation is that you follow the 8 core commitments. He asked in his email, what's the next step? Well, the next step is whatever the step is after the step you left off. So where did you leave off? Was it core commitment number 1? Was it core commitment number 2? Was it core commitment number 3? And wherever you left off, that is in turn the very next step, and just pick up and one foot in front of the other. So all I want everyone to understand here is that this is a process. You've got to learn to enjoy the process. And it's more of a personal development process than it is a marketing process. There are people that are on our team that had it in them, including me, when they first joined Empower Network. It was always there. But for some reason, we had it blocked. And all of the work that you've been doing, or that we've been doing, did not seem to add up to who you truly were and what you truly deserved. But at some point, you decided to say FTBS. And if you guys don't know what that means, ask Evan. He'll tell you. You decided to say FTBS at some point, and you decided that it was all or nothing. You decided to be all in. You decided to commit. You decided that there was no other option but to succeed at what you've put your name on, what you've shared with others, and what you believe can be a vehicle for you to change your life and your family's life and your legacy. At some point, we've said that. And when that happened, windfalls began to take place. People on this panel begin to have $1,000 days or $1,500 days. I just watched a video with Carlton. He did an interview with someone and wanted to interview Carlton. And Carlton Riddick, he's on our leadership council. And Carlton had $3,000 in a week, right? I think it was either a week or in a couple of days. It's not that Carlton couldn't do it from the day he joined Empower Network. It's just it took some time for him to develop to believe that he deserved to have that as well. Same thing with me. Same thing with all the people that are here on this panel. And so I want you, if you're looking at this, whether you're on our team or whether you're not on our team, whether you're on somebody else's team, you're another leader's team, which is fine too. We welcome it all. I want you to understand that the 8 core commitments are there regardless of who your sponsor is. The 8 core commitments are in every single person's back office. I don't care who your sponsor is. The rules have been laid out. You should be on the text message list. If you are not and you are in Empower Network, you need to text Inner Circle to 72727. And that's going to get you on the text message list where you can start to receive information from Dave Wood. But you've got to be a member because you've got to put in your username. So I want to just close out, Felicia, with saying thank you for inviting me on here. And hopefully this will continue on for as long as you guys are crunked up for it to go on. We're definitely going to need Evan to explain what FTBS means for people. Maybe he has a shirt available he can share with us. And I'm just going to turn it back over. Guys, click the link and just get in. Whoever invited you here, just get in. Just get started. It's a $25 decision. There's no three-way needed for $25. There's no discussion. There's no list of email questions. It's ridiculous. Get in for $25 and you'll figure it out. Trust me. When you wanted to, Sean Johnson's getting ready to have a baby, right? Guess what? He's going to have to figure it out, right? He's going to have to figure it out. He ain't never been a dad before. And he's going to be his first kid. Are there other people who have had kids? Absolutely. Can he get some guidance from them? Absolutely. But when his kids start screaming at home in the middle of the night, Sean can't say, this ain't working. This ain't working. I'd quit. He got to figure it out. Ain't no manual on how to properly raise a newborn baby. So all the time we are stepping into new realms that are helping us to grow and stretch. Empower is no different. Our goal here is to help you financially and mentally and physically and spiritually and emotionally, but you must take the first step. And with that, I'm turning it back over to you, Felicia.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Tracy. You know what? If these people don't sign up after that, for real, I mean, I just have to believe that they have some screws missing. I mean, you just listen to this lady who is already making 6-figure, who has accomplished her goal of having a Maserati. I mean, she's just a badass individual all the way around. So if you're not in yet, what in the world are you waiting on? And I just want to say, I just got a message posted on my page where this lady, she was like, is this a scam or something, right? It's scammy or whatever, you know? And I mean, I hate to see closed-minded people affecting other people. You know, I just don't like that. I mean, if are that skeptical, then questions, or maybe you should have just jumped on the Hangout instead of wondering whether or not this is a scam, and then maybe your question would have gotten answered.
Well, Felicia,
and I
think you should just tell her, yes, it's a scam. In fact, it is a scam. It's so much of a scam that all these people are going to sit down in front of their computer. We're going to waste our time. We're going to take time away from our families and our kids and our husbands and wives and whoever. We're gonna waste all that time to fool you because we don't have anything else better to do than to lie completely with our faces showing, with our real names posted. You can go Google or Facebook anybody's name. You know, Evan and Tequila and Apple, you guys got your names up there. On you could no, we are scamming people because we don't have shit else better to do than play with your mind. Tell her that.
And I mean, really, I mean, come on, you guys. The shirt said it all. That's why we got the shirt, so we could not be so graphic. But I mean, fuck the bullshit. You know, all that crap that you out here hearing. You know, all these other companies. I mean, I hate to say it, but all these other companies that's not paying you 100% commissions. All of these jobs that's out here not allowing you to live the lifestyle that you want to live. Ultimately, you have to look at all that stuff. Say fuck the bullshit. Get money with us in Chicago, because that's where it's going down. In Chicago, the event is called Get Money, so you have to know that it's going to be a lot of people getting money. The question is, are you going to be one of those people, or are you going to keep on coming up with stupid shit to complain about? All these people in here that's on this panel are making money. Do you want to get money? You done been sitting here and watching this hangout, finding out all the details and the facts and hearing people's story, but the question is, do you want to get money? If you want to get money and fuck the bullshit, click a link, get started, and start learning what it's going to actually take for you to make the money by going through the products and just doing it, implementing it.
And I want to add on to what Sean was saying earlier. I mean, seriously, it's $25. Like, a lot of people, we've covered this before with my story. I drive a big-ass Infiniti truck. Like, $25 can do absolutely nothing. It can't get me down the street in my truck. So when you think about, like, is it a scam? Like, I don't want your $25. I can't do nothing with it. You know what I mean? Like, this is to benefit you. This is your investment into your future, into your life. This is you taking the first step in a new direction. So, I mean, like you said, FTBS, I mean, really, nobody here is stressing your $25. We're just not. You know, this is something that is going to benefit you. This is something that's going to help you in the long run, you know, so you just need to get in. Click the link. It's real simple.
And you know, Evan pointed on something that a lot of people may miss. He talked about your job is not paying you 100% commission. And I remember when I was a manager, it seemed like so long ago, right? But I was a manager at the Sprint kiosk, and part of my I had a salary and commission, and if I hit a certain tier, I got like 6% commission. So before I left, my booth, my kiosk was doing about 60 grand a month in total gross profit. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting there heated, right? Because I know Tony Rush, I know Tracy Walker, I know Dave Wood, I know Dave Sharp. They're all earning 100% commission, and here I am getting 6% of whatever 60,000 is. And I'm like, man, FTBS, I just want to get all the money. That was even before the acronym was out, right? Forget the bull stuff, right? You know, I got to say the clean version. But that I was so frustrated with, here I am working 6 days a week, almost 50+ hours a week, dealing with all the crap, not only from customers, but with employees and bosses, and I'm not getting 100% commission. So it's like, once you get a taste of 100% commission, that really is your motto, FTBS. What? That company pays 20%? No, forget that right there, you know. And so we all bougie. I know I'm bougie when it comes to 100% commission, and that's all I got to say.
Definitely. We're not taking any downgrades. No 25, 50, 60, 70% commissions here.
Not
We're
even 90.
on the 100%. Absolutely. And I just want to say I appreciate all of you, every last one of you, for stepping out and letting these people know how easy and simple it is to get started with us and to begin implementing the training that we have here and to begin making money. And I just want to emphasize, or I want Tracy to emphasize one thing. You know, a lot of people in this who are watching this video right now are thinking it's extremely hard to make 5 figures a month, 6 figures a month. You know, it's just hard. I don't believe that I could make that amount of money in 1 month. And Tracy broke down the pay structure for us, or how easy it is to just make these 5 figures per month. And I just think that I can't say it better than her. So I want to let Tracy tell you all how easy and simple it is to make 5 figures in 1 single month, if that's what you want to do in this business.
I'll be happy to, Felicia. I think in our industry of network marketing and home-based business, it seems like $10,000 per month is like the magic number. If people are making $10,000 a month, they feel or they believe that if they start making $10,000 a month, that things are going to be totally different in their lives, and it probably would be. So that is a very reasonable number in this industry. It may be a stretch for some, and that's okay, but that's the number I'm going to start with, because an Empower Network, really, $10,000 a month is like whack. $30,000 a month is like you're a scrub here, okay? You almost don't even get invited to the leadership meetings at $30,000 a month, all right? And I'm not saying that I think that it's really scrub money. It's excellent income. I'm just saying that we've created an environment where, speaking of $10,000 is not the norm. Speaking of $100,000 per month has become the norm, and we're growing and we're stressing in that way. And so in most places, in a job or anything like that, people think that it's hard because you're associating the amount of time, you're looking at whatever you make right now, whatever that may be, and you're associating the amount of time that you have to expend in order to attain that amount of income. So let's say that you're making $5,000 a month, okay, from your job, or 6 or 4 or whatever. There's a certain amount of hours that you need to be at work in order to make that happen. So when you try to calculate $10,000, your mind automatically wants to do one thing, which is double the amount of time that you're working right now. So if you're working 60 hours a week, or let's just keep it real simple, 40 hours a week to make $5,000 a month, to make $10,000 a month, your brain, because of the way it's been, programmed, says, oh my God, there's no way that's possible, because that means I've got to work 80 hours a week. And your brain instantly starts to shut down the possibility, because you've never thought about what leveraged income really is. Right now, you're working in a linear income environment, which means for each hour, I get X amount of dollars, right? That's linear. We don't work in a linear environment here. We work on a leveraged or residual model here, which means that it's better here to get paid by, 5 people that you have in your team every month than it is to get paid by one boss. See, that in your job, there's one person paying you, the boss, or the HR department, or for you technical people, that company. But in our environment, Empower Network isn't paying us. It's not Empower Network that's writing our checks. It is based on the level of production that we make, how we build our organizations, the leverage that we create. And you get to a point where you literally have thousands of people paying you as opposed to the one. So now, when that happens, when you understand it from that model perspective, $10,000 is now, you might be open to say, okay, the question you might be asking yourself would be, well, then how do I earn the $10,000 by building a team of people? Which is a great question, because at least now you're not saying, that doesn't make any sense, that's stupid, it's a scam, all right? So now that we're at least there, in our environment, in our company, the first thing I said to you a little bit ago was that you have to be all in. That's the formula. Why is it the formula? Because it is the shortest distance between 2 points, right? A shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. It's a straight line, all right? And when somebody gives you a map and says, or you say to them, I want to get to Chicago from Atlanta. If they were to draw on that map a line that took you west of Atlanta, all the way through over to California, up to Seattle, Washington, back down across through whatever, Oklahoma and this and that, and then to Chicago, you would look at them like they were stupid, because that's the long way around. You can see it. It doesn't make any sense to do it that way. However, if someone were to take that same point of origin and destination and then draw a straight line almost due north from Atlanta to Chicago, you would look at that and say, yes, that is probably the best route. Well, here for us, getting all in is that straight line from Atlanta to Chicago, all right? And so how do you do that? You do that by first financially positioning yourself to be able to earn the max amount of income for your commission sales. Okay, so that means that in order to earn or to be able to earn $5,000 from a potential person, you need to have at least invested that initial $5,100 so that you are positioned properly. Now, once you're positioned properly, all you need to do is make sure that you help 3 new people get all in every single month. 3 people getting all in just like you. And it's going to take some mindset shifting, because if you're not all in, clearly you don't believe somebody else will go all in. It's just the nature of the beast that up here. That's just the way it works. Until you do it, you don't believe somebody else will do it. If you don't believe me, ask Tina Williams. I mean, we've heard these stories over and over and over and over again. Last night, she's a friend of mine. We were in another company together some years ago, and she texted me, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, and she goes, F me on the text. I just lost $1,000 commission. And I said, don't say I didn't warn you, because I said that people will buy these products without calling you first. Why? Because our sales funnel sales. So you don't have to. That's the beautiful thing about it. So you got to get all in, and then other people, you can lead them to why they need to get all in. And when you have 3 people that go all in a month, the way that our commission structure works is kind of here and there, but roughly that's around $12,000 per month the very first month that you do that. Okay, that's not going to include the residuals that's going to take place for you the next week, and then a new set of 3 people that are going to go all in with you that next month. It's going to begin to compound itself, and the residuals will build, where you will get to a point where $1,000 a day or $2,000 a day can happen without you having to make any new sales. It will just be a function of people paying their monthly fee to be a part of our program. So number 1, get all in. Number 2, help 3 people get all in. You can be in, you can upgrade all the way up. It doesn't really matter, but 3 people need to be all in every single month. And if you really think about that, it's not that hard. It's not that hard when you plug into the Empower Hour calls on Monday and you send out an email blast to your list and say, hey, come join us, hang out with us, and listen to Tony Russ talk to us about how he made $142,000 in the month of January. You don't even have to be the person speaking. Let the other people do the speaking. It's not that hard when you get on the team and you join us on the 6-Figure Income Club call on Tuesday nights, because you let Tom the Furry Hat Guy go through the whole process, and you just start to realize this is where you need to be. It's not that hard on Wednesday nights when you get on the all-in Google Hangout that we do. Why? Because you got a panel of people just like this who are telling their stories, who are sharing their hardships, who are telling things or talking about how they've overcome things. And literally, you don't have to say or do anything but invite them there. On Thursday nights, right now, because we're redoing the 15K, all you have to do is invite people to watch the webinars. They have to own the 15K, of course, but for the people that own the 15K, sometimes they just need a little bit of push to get over to the master's course. So getting them to those events, those virtual events, can literally change your life, where you're not doing a bunch of 3-way calls. And 3 people in a month doing that can change your life. So Felicia, that is really the breakdown. It's get all in first, and then it's help 3 people every single month go all in. And at $12,000 a month, working part-time, let's say 2 hours a day or something like that, at the beginning, maybe a little bit more, because you're learning, the learning curve is a little bit more steep. Even if it's 4 hours a day, would 4 hours a day be worth $12,000 a month? Really comparing it to what? Working 8-9 hours a day for what, $5,000 a month? I don't know. You'll have to do the math in your head for what works best for you, but that essentially is the formula. That's how it works. That's what every single top earner in this company is doing. And once you get that down and getting 3 all-inners a month going, then you change your game plan, where now it's 3 all-inners a week. It becomes your goal. Right? Then once you get 3 all-inners a week coming in, you're building the momentum. Then you switch it to, man, I want to get, maybe 1 all-inner a day. right? One all-inner a day. And when you can earn $3,000 a day, $3,000 a day, well, now you're at $1 million for the year. And an Empower Network, that is a much more feasible, straight line way to get to where you want to go to than all around the mulberry bush. So it's the same numbers. We just condense the numbers down into shorter time frames depending on how much we want to earn. But the numbers are still the numbers. They're always going to be the way that they are. So Felicia, does that work?
Absolutely. I mean, I just love that breakdown. I mean, it's so beautiful. Only 3 people. That's all.
Wasn't that the blueprint just now? Wasn't that just like the blueprint?
That's the blueprint. That's the blueprint. I was going to the DT blueprint. It's really not. It's the EM blueprint. It's right. The EM blueprint. All you have to do is follow those rules, and you'll be fine.
Guess what?
What?
Exactly. So.
Oh my goodness! Come here. Let me see your hair. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me mute.
It's all good. So y'all got that. I mean, yes, you can get in at the $25 level, but you want to get started at the $25 level and upgrade as soon as you can, because you don't want to miss out on a $1,000 commission like Tina Marie did. You know that. I mean, it hurts me to see somebody lose a $1,000 commission, and somebody actually lost a $1,000 commission to me too. You know, so. Don't make that mistake, because just like Tracy said, people are going to buy this stuff. You know, I didn't like sales. I hate sales to this day. And but I decided to join Empower Network, and now I don't have to sell. They do all the selling for me. All I had to do was follow the 8 core commitments, get all in, and let them sell for me. That's all I had to do. So if you want to be able to get sales on autopilot like that, then you need to get in and get all in, or else you're going to be getting some sad emails. And you don't want that. That's not the way to get to 10K a month. So make it happen, make it happen. Again, I appreciate that, Tracy. Does anybody have any last words? We're going to go ahead and close it out. We appreciate all of you. We're going on 2 hours now. So thank you all for still sitting here listening to us ramble. Nah, it was some really good stuff on this webinar today, though.
Yeah. So definitely, I feel the same way, man. I really just love doing these hangouts, because ultimately, you know, if you're the person that's watching this and you just sat through this hangout and spent time with us over the course of the last, you know, hour and a half or close to 2 hours now, you know, you got to really get a chance to experience what our team culture is like. You got to see just different people from different backgrounds, different stories, and you know, what you should be asking yourself right now is, or really what you should be doing is going ahead and filling out your registration form, or finding that link for the person who sent you this, because this is absolutely a godsend. I mean, just through consistently learning, getting all in, consistently learning this skill, your life and the history of your family will never be the same as a result of just following these core commitments, core steps, and just taking action today. You know, don't prolong it. Go ahead and get started now, and make that first decision or that first shift in your whole livelihood and your whole existence. And you know, I mean, this is for you. You know, we're doing this for you. We got our marketing plans already out. We've been doing our marketing, and you know, we've been going through our core steps already. But this is just a little extra for those folks who are kind of on the fence or just now hearing about it, wanted to hear some, you know, what somebody else had a review about the company, what it is and what it does. And now you have this whole panel of folks who've been sharing their stories and let you know exactly what they've experienced with Empower Network, and how you can experience the same things too. So click the link. FTBS, let's get money.
All righty, guys. Thank you for that, Evan. Absolutely. So you already heard them. Click on the link below. Get started right now, and we will see you on the inside. Have a good night.